Good to see you.
You too, man. Happy New Year.
Yeah. Good New Year. Celebrated with the family and some friends, but very small in a house out on the countryside. So yeah, it was nice.
Sounds nice. It's good to be away from crowds and stuff. We were
trying.
I also sat in the garden and I was in bed by 10 o'clock, 10:30 maybe.
10:30.
I heard the fireworks. I could hear them from my bed. I could have gone onto the roof to watch them, but I thought, hey, no need. I'm good here.
No, we were up seeing the fireworks with the kids. It wasn't that much. People are, it's not that common with fireworks anymore. It's a little bit around 12 o'clock there. But we actually lifted up this this air light. Well, I don't know what it's called, but
like a lantern.
Lantern, exactly. Yeah. So that was our contributions.
Like they do in Thailand, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We like that, so we did that, and then we were playing cards. I think actually with our friends. So yeah, it was quite nice.
Sounds like a crazy night.
Yeah, wild, really wild. Yeah. All right. I'm guessing I should start by welcoming you to Kiteboarding Daily, the Kiteboarding Daily channel.
Fantastic. We've moved up.
Yeah, we moved up, exactly. We're moving this podcast to the channel Kiteboarding Daily. And why are we doing that?
Oh, you're asking me? I just think it's I think it'll just be bigger exposure for what we've been doing. We've been starting to get some great people, good numbers and good interactions of people listening, but I think it's just a step in the right direction, I think. And I think moving forward, it's the right move. Because Kiteboarding Daily has already, some people involved in it already. So this will just give more content to that channel. I think it'll also ease your workload a bit as well, right?
Yeah, I was coming to that as well. I do agree. It's better to have one bigger audience than two smaller audiences. Since we are doing, Kiteboarding Daily is about your daily dose of kiteboarding, and it's this is kiteboarding as well, so it makes sense to put them together. And for me, I don't need to have multiple accounts or as many accounts as I have today. So it made total sense. But this means, of course, that I don't know about a simple way to move videos and followers to a different channel. So we need to start uploading on Kiteboarding Daily on a playlist called the Forecast podcast, and then slowly remove the videos from the other channel at the later time.
Maybe after a few months, just delete them or something, and re-add the whole playlist and then just delete the old one. I don't know. That's up to you.
Yeah,
you can make an executive decision on that.
Exactly. I will find a solution for that. All right. So but exciting times, and I've done the first Kiteboarding Daily, the hashtag Kiteboarding Daily vlog as well. So that will be coming out almost at the same time as this. So exciting times for 2021. Next topic. What do you think about the KOTA decision? You talked to Sergio in your podcast.
At first I thought the postponement was a strange idea to run it. They said we'll make a decision mid-year, postpone it, and make a decision mid-year. And I initially probably thought that was hey, we just want to keep people happy at the moment. We'll cancel it mid-year and we'll rerun the whole process for a 2022 event. But after talking to Sergio, it sounds like the November-December window was a window that they've actually been looking at for some time. So better winds in December and maybe a little bit less sort of stress on the beaches because it's sort of early in the season. And they actually had been looking at that. So I kind of get the feeling that maybe if we see the November-December move, I kind of feel like that will be a permanent move, because it'll be crazy, right, for them to do it in 2021 there and then try and put it on 2 months later in February or 1 month later in February. So I kind of feel like if that goes ahead, which it looks like it will, I think it will be a permanent fixture and that will just be the new time for KOTA. He didn't answer my question very well when I said, okay, if they get the Fly 2s out this year, now you're going to have the same fleet going to 2021, but now you're going to have 6 guys on Fly 2s, and there's still another whole season of Fly 2s running together. How are you going to make room for all those people? But he said, hey, listen, things change all the time. So he is right that things might just completely be different for all we know. But I think it sounds like a positive move. Better winds, better conditions. That's what they say. I mean, I don't know. I know December is pretty good, but I know January is good. February it starts to fall off. So I guess they've done the research. I've heard mixed sort of feedback on that. People say November's not so good. People say December's great. So let's see. I mean, December's getting pretty close to Christmas. It might be an interesting way to end the year, with a big event to end the year rather than start the year.
Yeah, exactly. I do think, I mean, time-wise, and as you said, it really seemed that they have been thinking about this before, and I don't know how the winds are down there, but I'm guessing it's they have that covered. They know what they're doing. Yeah. What I was thinking when I heard that was, that's the same time period, that waiting period as the Megaloop Challenge.
Well, it's actually not. The Megaloop Challenge is actually further around the main season. The only reason they pushed it back this year is because of the pandemic. Actually, the Megaloop Challenge is actually open for most of the summer, European summer.
Oh yeah, it's a longer period.
It doesn't actually normally go that deep in. It's sort of like, I mean, I'm sort of pulling numbers out, but it doesn't normally go to that far in the season. It goes to like sort of October,
Yeah, maybe
September, October. Yeah, but this year it was pushed. This year they did potentially push it back, maybe looking to run it, but obviously they didn't. But I don't think that's going to be an issue because Megaloop has always happened in July, August, normally around that sort of time. It's never been that late into the winter.
I just had a thought. I remember that it usually had been pretty late with the fall storms hitting Holland.
Yeah, but not winter. I mean, you're talking pure winter now,
Yeah.
And I think, I mean, does it run to the end of September? That's the sort of window from June to September. It's something like that. It's something along those type of lines. But I mean, I don't know exactly, but I know that they potentially shifted the window back because of COVID, but then just scrapped it. I don't think they ever made an official thing because there's no official date for it. I guess they can just say nothing and it just falls over, right? Where the window is so short for KOTA, it's been only 14 days that they have to make a bit more sort of commitment to it,
Have you had a chance to talk to any of the riders about this decision?
Have I talked to the riders about this decision?
Because I'm curious to hear what they think about it, and of course, many of them are a long time down in Cape Town, so they're pretty.
Yeah, I actually haven't. I actually am gonna get Edgar Ulrich on probably next week, so it'll be interesting to talk to him. I actually haven't more I think about it. And I sort of just, normally this January is so busy for me because it's all KOTA prep, talking about KOTA, preparing for KOTA, predicting KOTA. Now I'm sort of a bit of a lost end, Obviously, I spoke to Jesse the other day and it was interesting to hear him. And obviously, that gives him a window to get back in now. But I mean, I think that, look, it's all, who knows, right? Who knows? I mean, it was so funny. We all hoped 2021 was going to be this different year, but it started in kiteboarding not so well already.
No, exactly. It started. I was texting you like the first days of the year, and I said, "Well, this is a messy start of 2021 because we got the message from King of the Air and that it was moved. Jesse got hurt, and what else was it? It was something more. When I was like, "What is this? What's the start of this year?" It's like, But it can only go up hills from here, right? Upwards.
we're pretty low already. I can look. I mean, it's sort of, with what's going on in Cape Town and all these people sort of testing the police and stuff. I mean, it can only get better, right? I mean, we don't want to be. I kind of feel like I get it. Those guys are down there. They want to ride, and they're pushing the limits. But there must come to some point where you just have to think, okay, I'm gonna But I guess if you've traveled all the way there, you you want to do everything you can to get on the water to say you've ridden at the main beach. I mean, it must be pretty great to ride there now with hardly any kiters on the water. It's so rare, because it's always so busy there, so.
And also you got to meet the police if you do it. So it's a new experience.
Exactly.
It's not well, I guess we have to joke a little bit about it, but seeing the footage from Cape Town, it sort of reminds us the scene we saw in Spain. What was it, this fall or whatever? It's not as violent, of course. And hopefully it won't be. But we see kiters getting arrested for being on the beach, and I get it. They have to do something about the situation down there. But of course, it's really, really sad to see that kiteboarding mecca being, closed down for probably most of this big season.
Well, I just saw something today that the beach bans have been extended.
Oh yeah.
So that's no good. But I mean, hey, listen. I mean, it is what it is, man. You got to follow the rules or pay the consequences, right? That's just the way it is.
Just have to hope that we are in a better situation so we can actually see King of the Air in November.
I'm positive we'll see it in November, or let's say I think December, probably towards the end of November, December. I'm positive. I was positive we are going to see it in Cape Town. I was wrong. I'm positive we're going to see it this year. I think it'll definitely be a 2021 King of the Air, and maybe a new start with an end of the year fixture. I think that'd be kind of cool too. Great way to end the year. It was a great way to start, but it'll be a great way to end as well.
Yeah, exactly. And it will be interesting to see what they do with the starting list as well, because as you said, it's a long way from choosing now in December up until the competition in November. And
I got the feeling that the same fleet, the selected fleet, will ride. I mean, it'd be unfair to change the fleet now. I guess this year look, they've rocked the boat. They're setting themselves up for multiple problems, right?
Yeah.
But they have to be fair to the guys they've selected and let them ride. Then next year, 2022, they're going to have, by that stage, potentially could have been 12 fly-through events.
Yeah.
Because you're going to have all the fly-throughs
exactly.
If the fly-throughs this year go ahead and the fly-throughs next year, you're going to have 12 guys have all won spots. So they're out of 18 plus the top 3. That's 15. Then you've only got 3 spots to find. It could be a real mess next year. So anyway, it's not our problem. It's just for them to sort out.
Another thing they could do, I was thinking about it, and you talked to Sergio again about having a 24 people fleet. What they could do for this year, since they had 24 last time, is that they could actually change to the 6 fly-twos this year. Could be adding up to 24 riders this year just to have a transition, and the next year will be like it's supposed to be. Maybe. But as you said, it's interesting what
Sergio said. He just kept on going. He said, look, number one, don't forget that this is a show.
Yeah.
It's an invitational show, and we can do whatever we want to put on the best spectacle for our sponsors and our companies and for the sport, So he sort of covered all his bases there, the things we were going to question him about. He said, look, I don't make all the decisions here. Remember, there are more powers that be that control what goes on. And I was like, okay, I understand.
Yeah, he knows how to answer, for sure.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah. And I also want to cover your fantastic project together with Colin Carroll, the Whaleys. I enjoyed it so much. It was so much fun to see. And I've seen you have a lot of views already. And of course, we want to. I hope we will see this as a continuous thing next year, right?
Absolutely.
You're planning to do it.
It's going to be regular for sure. Yeah, for sure.
So, are you happy with the response you have got so far?
Definitely. Absolutely. I mean, it turned out better than I thought, and I think you definitely link this in the bio. If you haven't seen the Whaleys, go check it out. We'll put the link in the bio. Look, I think in hindsight now, I think we will probably release it in early January next year. I think releasing it like on the 18th of December, 19th of December, it's just too close to Christmas, right? People have got too many other things. Okay, we got 10,000 views on it and we'll potentially get more. But I think if we released it in January, it will be a better time because I just thought we got a little bit under pressure, and we were sort of fighting with time and recordings and stuff like that. And in hindsight, look, dude, if normally when you start something, the first ones are pretty terrible. If this is the pretty terrible one, it's going to only get better from here. I think the riders bought into it. I think the industry have noticed it. And we're going to really go even harder next year. Next year, we'll get some more people feedback into it. Obviously, we'll be very careful. We'll probably actually put together an independent, I guess you call it an independent selection panel to make some of the other bigger selections, because we possibly won't go to people vote, because as you know, that can just get well out of hand very, very quickly. So we're going to build up, be bigger and better for next year. So the Whaley's 2021 will be pretty awesome, I think. I think we set the bar high, right? Yeah, sure. I think we both impressed ourselves. So I think Colin, Carol, and myself were very, very impressed how it turned out. Because believe me, there was some stages where we were like, this could all end in tears.
Did you get any complaints, any hard words, negative feedback from?
No, not at all. But someone said they couldn't share it on Facebook, which means the only reason you can't share someone on Facebook is if someone has done like a complaint, right? Put in like a complaint about you. But
you can't see what?
Well, like, say there's inappropriate content or something, But look, we were pretty careful. We sort of put it at a position that there was, I think there's zero swearing in it, So it was all done for fun. I say it's done for fun, wrapped up in some seriousness. I thought it turned out great considering the technical issues we were facing. I guess most people probably don't know, but I'm probably happy to share this. Like, Colin and I are in different parts of the world. So that what you're seeing is actually recordings from people in different countries. So we actually managed to pull this off where we're both in the studio together, but we're actually, thousands and thousands and thousands of miles apart, which is pretty cool.
So give us a little bit of the details behind it. How did you shoot? Did you shoot at the same time, so we were talking to each other? Or did you shoot like separately, or how did you do it?
Okay, so it is shot at the same time. Actually, the Jack Daniels bottle, which was on the desk in front of me, actually is hiding my telephone. So what you're hearing is me recording myself separately to a camera, but talking to Colin on the phone. So I can't see anything. We're working blind. So when you see me looking to the side of Colin, I'm just doing that out of, I guess, feel, if that makes sense. So my headphones are listening to the phone, and I'm talking to a camera. So it's all done by green. Everything is green screen. So I'm in full green screen, and I'm just talking, having a conversation, looking as if he's talking, and it sort of turned out to be okay, right?
Yeah.
But in hindsight, so he's doing the same as well, right? So he's recording himself on a screen, listening to the telephone conversation. So the audio is, I could say it's 3 parts of audio. There's what I'm saying and what he's saying, and then what we're saying together. And then that what we're saying together is taken out, and then it's just the 2 audios put together. It's actually an editing. It's an editing miracle.
Yeah.
I should say Jason did a great job at putting it together. The videos came out great. We had the writers got involved and sent in acceptance speeches, and we had no problems getting stuff from them, so that was great. We sent out the awards. The only person I can't send the award to is Kiahi, because from the United Arab Emirates they won't post anything to Hawaii because of COVID. So his award's sitting on the ground down there.
Oh yeah.
But the others have gone out to post, but in hindsight, I don't know if I should have just held on to them, because I don't know if post takes a lifetime here at the moment. Maybe they'll never come. Maybe they'll just be gone forever.
Yeah, that would be a shame. You haven't heard from any of them?
Well, I only sent them out. I only sent them out last week, so I don't really know.
It's
just the way. It's COVID, man. It's just, you just don't know. The guy was like, "Mate, we just don't know what." I said, "How long is it going to take?" He said, 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. We just got something the other day turned up at the post that was sent 6 months ago.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, this is just the times, you know, so who knows?
Yeah.
I'm hoping they'll come fast. But I mean, overall, it would have been a lot easier for in person, but it just the way it was, the way it turned out, the way it was. And I actually thought it turned out to be perfect, really. I super stoked how it turned out. Great feedback, you know, great feedback from the riders, people involved. The industry sort of reached out and said, well done, which was cool too. But it sort of reaffirmed our commitment to do it next year and to make it bigger and better and, you know, actually turn these into the official awards. I think that's the plan, you know, the plan.
Yeah, and of course, the name comes from Liam Whaley, of course. Have you heard talk to him about it?
Yeah, spoken. He's super honored about it, and we sent Liam a trophy as well. And no, he was really great. I mean, he knew about it, but he didn't know if it was serious. And mate, he turned out to be a superstar. He said, "Look, I'm super honored." And it's not about, we're just really using his name. It's not just about him, you know. It's just. Look, I mean, we both, Colin and I both really like Liam as a rider. There was a little bit of that. There was a little bit of, he's never come on the podcast, which he has now. There's a little bit of the Whaley sounds good. And actually, if you listen to all the Colin Corners going back from the very beginning, we spoke about creating a Liam Whaley trophy, I think back in episode 1 or 2. If Liam wins King of the Air, we'll make a Liam Whaley statue. So there's a little bit of history in that. And actually, with the success of the Whaleys, that's actually going to change how Colin's Corner happens on Kitesurf 365 from February. So we're going to see programming changes, and we're going to do something together more often that will lead up to the Whaleys as a permanent fixture. So the Whaleys will be the crest of the wave at the end of a sort of slow build up through the year. So we're looking to capitalize on that and do something a little bit more as well.
When did you first decide on doing this? Because I mean, there's a lot of work behind this. I don't know if you want to mention anything about how much work you put into this. Sure. When did you start, and how much work have you put in since then? In
like October 2019, like I actually originally pitched the idea to the Kite Mag. Said, hey, we should do our own award show. You know, like what other people do is not good enough. It's not good enough. They thought about it. They turned the idea down because they didn't really want to stand on anyone's toes. I mean, people who in the industry will know what I'm talking about. I don't really want to say. And so I thought, okay, fine. And I thought, hey, I'll just do it myself, you know. I'll just do the Kitesurf 365 awards. And then I sort of was thinking, you know, maybe I should get someone else involved. And the only person I could think of who'd be crazy enough to buy into the idea and commit to it was Colin Carroll. And when I asked him, he's like, yep, let's do it. And it just built from there. So we started out in January. We had like a timeline, and it's kind of comical, right? What we planned. Well, I planned it. I said, right, we're going to do this. We can do this. We'll do this. We'll do this. And mate, by the end of the year, we're only 2 weeks off. You know, we're only 2 weeks late on what we planned to do, which is actually pretty good. And a lot of it was promotion stuff. You know, make sure we had the logo ready, the logo ready. Had ideas on trophies. Finalized it. Ordered the trophies. You know, made a date where we decide on promotion ideas. We did the cartoon, which was a bit of a disaster. We sort of worked our way down. We bought some advertising packages, which you saw come out with the sparkles, and we did some promo on that. So we were slowly promoting it, leading up to, you know, about a month out. Then we finalized. We knew what awards were going. As the year went through, we're like, oh, that's a candidate, that's a candidate, that's a candidate. So we sort of all the time we're talking about stuff, and then when we finalized it, we actually recorded for about 50 minutes, really. There was about 50 minutes of recording because there was quite a few awards, but we left them out in the end. Yeah. And then cut it down to 15, which I think turned out to be the perfect time. And I didn't feel bad cutting awards out because some of them were they were good, but maybe they were just inappropriate.
Oh yeah, so that's the thing. I was gonna say, you know, if it has a feel right. You have to even be,
that's it. You know,
earning a reward on you. Yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes you're like, oh, should we leave that one out? And maybe it was a bit maybe at times Colin and I were slapping each other on the back too much, and you know, we didn't really want it to make it about us, so we trimmed stuff out, and then we just kept getting down and down and down until we were fairly happy with the way it was, and we're like, yeah, that's it. But I mean, I think overall, man, it was a lot of work. It's kind of funny when I think back to it now. So that it was at least 14, 15 months of work before the Whaleys come out, which is pretty amazing, really.
So what I was thinking is you actually had the whole year to plan and to execute. What will you make differently for this year? I mean, there's a lot of groundwork that you have done with the logo and everything, but what's the plan for? Do you plan to change anything for next year?
I definitely will make it bigger for sure. I think we will, as I said, maybe have an independent selection panel for certain things. Which we'll nominate people and ask them to vote on. I think we'll possibly have maybe a few more awards, or maybe we'll clean them up, or make them a bit better. But I don't think you'll see huge amounts of changes in the fact that I think the big change, I personally think the big change is you're going to see the industry buy into it more. So I think probably our selection panel will be one move. I think you're going to see a better reception because the brands want to get involved now, and that's key. So we'll have maybe a bit more sort of impact on the industry where people knew about it, but they thought it was just for fun. And I think a lot of people probably didn't really trust us. They probably just thought, are these guys going to do a good job knowing us? Maybe they think they're just going to, be taking the piss out of people. So I think this was a bit of a proving run or a testing run or whatever you want to look at it. And now I think that we'll see more people buy into that and recognize it and start, well, these guys are actually doing a great job. This is where we'll put our focus. So I think that will be one big thing as well. So it's hard to say yet because we haven't really decided, we're still sort of, sitting and just relaxing after not having to talk about Whaleys every week,
No, it's fun that you say because I remember I asked you how serious is this? Is this really going to happen, or is it something that you and Colin are just talking about? Because for me, I mean, you do a bunch of serious work, whilst Colin Carroll, he's doing serious work as well, but that is more of a comic side, comedian side of things. And so putting you two together was like, how serious will this be? Will it be like a comedy show, or will it be like a serious award show? And it really turned out to be really, really serious. And I'm really happy for that. I
think it was a good balance. It was a good balance.
Yeah, it was a good balance. It was a lot of fun as well, for sure. I mean,
for sure.
As we talked about before, the dynamic between you and Colin is amazing as well. So I didn't want to lose that, but in the end, I still asked myself, I mean, how will this come out? Will it be like,
But how good's the intro? I mean, how good's the music and the voice? I mean, it's actually it's actually really, really good. I mean, if you guys
did an amazing job there.
Haven't seen it, go check it out because it is. I'm going to say it's awesome, and that's coming from a person who was involved in it. So but yeah, it was overall a lot of fun. I'm not going to say it was stressful. The recording wasn't the easiest. We had to do it 3 times, We had to make 3 recordings of it to get it right because, technical stuff happened or made mistakes. I mean, and the funny thing is it was filmed at 7:00 in the morning. It's actually, my part's filmed at 7 in the morning. So I had to get up and brush my hair, put on a shirt and a bow tie and have a glass of whiskey at 7 a.m., which is never a good start for a day. But it was just the way it turned out. So it was fun.
Yeah, you have to give something for the artistic.
Maybe next year. Maybe the bottle's going to be part of the stick next year. I'll put something different there.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe we'll.
All right. To end that, do you have like one fun anecdote from this that you can share with us? Do you have something
from the Whaleys?
Yeah, from the whole work with this. Something that really did go really bad, or something that you laughed about, you and Colin, or whatever.
Well, the reason. I'm sure this is probably okay to share. The reason why we had to film it 3 times is that the first one we did was really good, but it didn't record like Colin Carroll's video didn't record. So he had my entire part, and he had nothing. So we tried to he tried to re-record his just listening to me speaking, and it was a shit show, mate. It was just terrible. So we ended up having to record it again. Then it sounded wrong. So it was third time lucky. So what you're hearing is the third time lucky. So funny. I mean, I just think the funny parts of it were like the videos that got sent in. Anjali and Tom, and I mean, Kiahi was serious, and Jamie was serious, but the other two guys just had no idea what was going on, which was actually kind of funny as well.
Yeah,
and
good they got involved. I like that part for sure as well. It was really nice to
actually
see.
There's nothing really crazy that happened when I think about it, because look, Matt, I'm not saying that we're super planned people, but we've been working on it for so long. We didn't really leave any stones unturned, So by the time it came to record, the editing was the tough part. The editing is the hard part. The recording's easy. It's like anything. If you're creating content, the actual show is easy. It's the stuff you do after that's hard. Or the editing that took most, the studio, creating the studio, having the floor polished, getting all the videos on the wall. I mean, that took time, and I honestly can't take any credit for that, because that happened all on the other side.
All right. Thank you so much, Adrian, for sharing that. It's really fun to see a little bit behind, or hear a little bit behind the scenes of something as big as the whale is. So thank you for that, and give our thanks to Colin Carroll as well, of course. I thought we would end this episode by talking a little bit about the expectations of 2021. I know it's a really hard year to predict, since we are still in this COVID disaster situation. But do you have anything specific that you are hoping for, or looking forward to for the year we just started? Another distance battle, perhaps?
No. Outside of KOTA, which I think is a different thing, I think it's important that we get some freestyle tours this year, because if I think that, I know a lot of people don't like freestyle or care about it or get it, but if we go for 2 years with no freestyle stops or no freestyle, I mean, that could be the end of the GKA, so it is. I think I'm talking about being hopeful. I'm hopeful that we can have a freestyle tour this year, men's and women's. We can crown a world champion. We have 2020 is going to have an asterisk beside it, because there was no crowned champions that year. So I would hope that we can see some tour stops in both in strapless and in freestyle. I think that's important, because I think that although it's not a popular part of the sport, it's certainly important, and it's certainly something that the brands are interested in, and I think that that's important. KOTA, I think, will just go about and happen. I'd like to see the mega loop happen again. So, I mean, but overall, I think it'd be great to have the freestyle stops back on, because I think that is going to be a big problem if we have 2 years of no freestyle tour. I mean, freestyle is struggling for numbers anyway, right? Because everyone's going towards big air. But if we don't get that again, then I think we have a problem.
Yeah, it is. It is an important part of the industry to have a running freestyle tour, I would say. Especially, listening to your talk with Leon Whaley, when you asked him, would he rather like to win King of the Air or another freestyle championship world title? And he said the freestyle world title, because it's so much more hard work, and it's a long period. It's a full year, and everything that has meant to him and many others. It is an important, really important part of the kiteboarding industry, I would say. So I'm really hoping that we could, as you say, have a full working, or at least as many stops as we can, to be able to claim a world title.
There was some talks to have a single world title event in Iliadu Gajuru this year, the GK. But I think a lot of the senior guys were like, no, because I do believe that a world title should be backed up on consistency and travel, and being able to keep at high standard throughout the year, and building your points and knowing where you are in the race, and doing enough to and especially because this year we've got so many great riders. I mean, if we talk about Bebe. If Bebe can come back, then you're going to have Liam, Bebe, Maxime, Aduri, Val. I mean, it's just, Juan Rodriguez. There's so many good riders there now. So it will be great to have a full tour where we can just see these guys pushing hard, and really at the end of it, I think if we can get a full tour, the one person who wins the 2021 freestyle tour will be a serious, that'd be a great one to win, because it's just tough competition.
Yeah, for sure. And I was just when you mentioned having one stop competition to claim a world title, I was thinking about, you remember the 3-part series that Yuri Soon did? I don't remember the name of it. I can look it up, but he was talking about his, or part of it was when he won his second world title, and he had a bad start, or he had a bad couple of events at least, and he had to work really, really hard and get back on track and do the double elimination part, being losing in the beginning and getting back, and that way to claim the world title. And that is an effort. That's a massive effort to be able to do that. Being really good at one competition where your biggest component is maybe not having the best day, and then claiming the world title is not the same. So I do think that the guys and girls want to have the true champion in the end. So I'm hoping for, I don't know how many stops we must have,
but by the way, after the podcast, I was talking to Liam. He did say, he said, in thinking about it, I'd still love to win King of the Year as well.
Yeah.
So I think he said that at the heat of the. I think he said that, but after when I probably pushed him on it. Look, there's a very, 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 very small club to win King of the Year. There's an even smaller club to be a kiteboarding freestyle champion and a King of the Year champion. That's even a smaller club. Yeah. So, and I think that in hindsight, Liam was probably the man to beat in the GK in December, but I mean November. But just the way it was, right?
Interesting year for sure. I think we will see continue to see a bit more of digital projects, even if that's new vlogs. I think I see new vlogs coming every month from riders. Some of them are really good. I'm enjoying that for sure.
Check out the virtual Triple Crown that surfing's doing.
Yeah,
you can put in 2 waves from either Haleiwa, Sunset, and Pipeline, and you're going to be judged on those waves, and you've got like a certain amount of time. That would be a good format. Maybe we can talk about that in the next.
We can have that. I was talking to one of the one guy in the industry about the GK distance battle and the format of it, and he said that, you know what, that could absolutely work if they were just leaving the ladder format, because it makes no sense to have like a dingle ladder format when it's online. So he said that if we do see more online competition, the format is key to make it interesting and make it good. And I will for sure check that out and see how they do it, because
it's also open to anybody. But it's also open to anyone.
Yeah, that's good as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
All right. I think I have to let you go now. These podcasts are so fun to do. So we tend to keep it on a little bit.
Talk too long. Yeah. Remember when we started, we're saying, we're going to make these only 20 minutes.
Yeah. I remember. It's impossible.
20 minutes. Will be 20 minutes.
20 minutes. Yeah. We just have time to say hi and
exactly.
All right. So this will be the first forecast pod on Kiteboarding Daily. Looking forward to many more. And
welcome to new fans.
Welcome to new fans. Hope you like it. Give us a thumbs up, give us a comment, and also if you want us to
be gentle on us.
Sorry?
Be gentle on us.
Be gentle. Yeah. No, be true, but be gentle.
Yeah.
And if you want us to...
Will you put up all the other videos onto this channel as well? Onto that playlist?
I think I will do that, but I will wait a little bit so we don't have duplicates of the content. So I will keep things as it is on the old channel. And then I will actually post something on the old channel explaining about this as well. So make a little short intro to that.
Cool.
Yeah. And please, if you want us to bring up a specific topic that you would like us to discuss, you can always comment below or send a text to me or Adrian. Then we'll think about it at least. Put it in our schedule.
Thank you.
All right, Adrian. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Nice to see you again.
Have a nice one till we meet again. Cheers.
Thank you.